I'm back with my top 10 designer fragrances in my collection right now at this very moment. Last week I showed you number 20 to number 11. So today I'm going to show you, actually I'm going to rank them. If you didn't know, I'm going to rank them and I'm going to show you number 10 to number 1. So let's go. Oh, and also one disclaimer, I say designer fragrances, but for me designer fragrances mostly are what I can get in a typical perfume shop. In Germany we have a store called Douglas, and in there you can get a lot of designers mostly, and then some celebrity scents and so on and so forth. So for example, Sol de Janeiro is not really a designer brand, but I still would consider it a designer type of scent, considering where you can get it, the price point, etc. So with that being said, my number 10 is actually a celebrity scent, and it is Eilish by Billie Eilish. And this is a beautiful scent that could easily be a niche perfume, but on the other hand, it's simply beautiful, so it's an easy grab, and I definitely see it as a designer type of scent, if you know what I mean. It just reminds me of a Jo Malone scent I had that has been discontinued, but what does it smell like? So this is a gourmand. It's definitely a gourmand scent, but it's very light and airy. It's not a deep and like sticky sweet gourmand, no. It's very creamy, slightly powdery, but in like a cocoa powder type of way. It has candied blossoms in the top, red berries and mandarin orange, so it has this fruitiness to it, but then it's all about the mid. So it has vanilla, it has cocoa, it has spices in it, and it definitely smells like if you make like a cocoa drink with some vanilla and some spices mixed into it, and then it becomes even more creamier with the base of tonka bean musk, and then it has some woods in it, and it's in the back, but it's like the backbone of this perfume. It makes it a little bit more unisex leaning and also gives it some more depth. To me, it's not like a typical perfume you would get. I just love it. Because of the powderiness, it is not something that I wear every single day, but still it's super beautiful. And because it is so light and airy, I can definitely wear it to bed if I spray lightly. Other than that, I love it in the fall and winter time. Super cozy and creamy and delicious. Number 9 is Narciso Rodriguez For Her, the Eau de Toilette, which is the one I prefer. And this is super sexy. Super, super sexy. It's definitely also powdery and floral. It has some sweetness to it. It's quite woody, and it does not have a lot of notes in it. It has only patchouli, musk, amber, and osmanthus. And to me, this is the sexiest patchouli I've ever smelled. Patchouli is also a note that is quite hit or miss for me, and it is also why I don't wear this every single night, because this to me is my date night perfume. Not that I go on dates every single night, but you know what I mean. It's not something I would choose every single time, but still it's so seductive and sexy and deep, and something that my husband adores. And I know a lot of husbands and guys and also girls, everyone actually adores and loves. Actually, I discovered it because I smelled it on someone in a Uniqlo store. I was shopping and I smelled this perfume on a woman, and I ran towards her and I was like, "You smell amazing." And it was this one. I myself would not wear it on a day-to-day basis going shopping in Uniqlo because it is very deep and seductive, as I said, but it's definitely very unique. Could easily be a niche perfume, and it is outstanding to me. But you have to like a sexy, seductive, sweet, ambery patchouli. But it's not the earthy, dirty patchouli. It's the sexy, deep patchouli. Number 8 is the only one that I only have a sample of, but this is from Kenzo, and I think it is quite new. It's from last year, 2022. I think this is a new collection from Kenzo because they were new in our stores. I've never seen them before. I love the bottles, And this one is called Nuit Tatami. I will actually spray it on my arm. So this is a powdery scent. And you know by now that powdery scents are something I can appreciate, but I don't really wear powder heavy scents on a day-to-day basis. But this is made so delicious and creamy that I am addictive. Someone sent me the sample without me knowing about it, and I did not know about it before. And I smelled it and I was immediately in love. So I ordered one and it should be here in a couple of days. But this is sweet and powdery and creamy. It's delicious. It's quite spicy as well. It has on a top note rice straw and the hard pink pepper, and then the base ambrette and vanilla. It's so creamy. You can definitely smell this rice note, like a nutty rice note, and maybe like a rice pudding with vanilla in it and some spices. Oh, it's so delicious, so comforting, so cozy, and it's very unique in my collection at least. And I'm so glad that something like that is now available in stores. And also I wanted to tell you the prices in this collection are extremely good, like extremely good. And speaking of very good prices, I have this cheapie for you, which is Moschino's I Love from the Cheap and Chic line. And this is a perfume that is just perfect for very hot summer days. It's fresh and citrusy, it's quite floral and a little bit sweet and also fruity. It's just so delicious, so easy to wear. I've actually worn it a lot, if you can see. And this is very similar to Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, but the Dolce & Gabbana one on my skin, it doesn't work for some reason. And this one is just a little bit more uplifting and fruity, and I just like it more. And I think it's a lot more cheap. It has grapefruit and lemon and red currant in the top, which makes it super refreshing and fruity and citrusy. And then it has tea rose and cinnamon in the heart, and the base is very woody with cedar wood, musk, Tanaka wood. It's very woody actually, but it's not super masculine leaning. It's very unisex actually. It's woody and citrusy with sweetness in it. Next up, we have my, now I would say, signature date night scent. If I don't know what to wear, I will wear this one. For me, it's an easy grab date night scent, but also like a very cozy fall and winter day scent. It's so yummy. This is Versace Crystal Noir. This is the Eau de Parfum, and this is creamy. It's floral, it's quite spicy. It has some sweetness in it, and with that being said, it's also quite fresh, which is maybe why I prefer it to the Narciso one, because the Narciso one is something I have to be in the mood for. It's like very deep and seductive, and this for some reason is seductive and sexy, but because of the freshness, it's more easy to wear in my opinion. It has cardamom, ginger and pepper in the top, so it is quite spicy, but then it has beautiful creamy sandalwood and musk and amber in the base, and then combined with some beautiful flowers, gardenia, orange blossom, and my favorite, peonies. It's so creamy. It's so creamy, and also for me the perfect scent if it's like a rainy fall day and I want something like cozy. Because of the spices, it's like a perfect fall scent to me as well. And it reminds me a little bit of BDK's Gris Chanel, especially in the opening, because you can smell the cardamom and the pepper. It has some similarities to BDK, but then it settles down, it gets much more floral and creamy, and the other one stays quite edgy and much more unisex, masculine leaning. This to me is actually quite unisex, but more feminine leaning. Let's continue with this one. I love the bottle. I think it's so cute. This is Coach Dreams, and this is a very easy to wear, fresh out of the shower, easy grab, fresh floral scent. It's quite sweet, it's quite creamy. It's a hair dominant scent mixed with gardenia and cactus blossom. And then it has some ambroxan in the base, which makes it quite long-lasting for a fresh scent like that. You can also get it for a very good price as well. It's just something I love to wear in the spring and summertime. Like if I don't know what to wear, I will wear something like that because it's just so easy to wear. I love the note of pear. The pear in here is not like a very juicy, ripe, realistic pear. It is more synthetic, but still it doesn't get on my nerves. It's like a very beautifully made, creamy, smooth pear mixed in with the florals. And I could swear that there was like a musk or something in here, which makes it like creamy. It's just absolutely beautiful. I would always have it in my collection as an easy grab. Same goes for this one right here, which is actually quite similar if you look at the notes and like the family. So this is Idole from Lancome, which is a perfume I only discovered this year actually, which is a pity. But this is more floral and sweet and fruity. The other one is much more fresh. So this has a very juicy, fruity pear in it. I would say there are more fruits in here because it smells like a fruity cocktail, like a fruit cocktail, I would say. It has some bergamot in the top. Then you get a lot of jasmine and rose. So the Idole line has a lot of roses in the mid in general. In here there are quite a few jasmine notes as well, but it's the creamy, beautiful, subtle jasmine that I absolutely love. And then the base gets quite substantial with like ambrette and cedar, patchouli and some vanilla, but I don't really smell it. It's just, for me, it's a fruity, floral, fresh scent. Roses, jasmine, fruit cocktail. This is what I smell. It's so easy to wear. It's so fun and like a happy smell to me. This is also one of the perfumes I grab without thinking about it. It's something for spring and summer. You cannot go wrong with this. And now for my top 3. Number 3 spot has Guerlain Orange Soleia from the Aqua Allegoria line, which is my happy scent. I always describe it as a very realistic smelling orange popsicle kind of scent on a wooden stick. And now that I had it for quite a few years, I can also detect a lot of like peppermint in it. I get this green facet as well. It's so uplifting. This is my mood booster. If I have a day where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like myself, I just spray this liberally and I immediately feel better. I'm being really honest. Like, this is exactly what I do and what it does to me. It's just so beautiful. Such a pretty orange scent, like a blood orange actually. Some tonka bean, so it is quite sweet and not too sour smelling. And I absolutely love it. I adore the bottles in this line as well. And the performance is not the best, but I just overspray because, as I said, if I want to be in a happy mood, I spray it all over me anyway. Oh god, it gets harder and harder, but I decided on number 2 being Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. I've talked about this perfume over and over and over again, and it was just released this year actually. Cannot believe it. I have the feeling that I talked about it for 3 years already. This is my most addictive smell in my collection to me right now. I cannot stop wearing it. It's floral, it's sweet, it's creamy, it's fruity, it's slightly, but very slightly powdery. Not really. To me, it smells like the most delicious dessert you can think of. Like a peach yogurt with some tanginess to it and some creamy sweet vanilla and tonka bean and then some almonds mixed into it. It's just absolutely delicious. It has a combination of peonies and ylang ylang, and this combination is just heaven. It's a 10 out of 10 to me, and I cannot stop talking about it. As you know, I don't really love the bottle, but I will not talk about the bottle. The scent itself is just wow. And then my number 1 is very surprising to me, and I was thinking about maybe switching number 2 to number 1 or number 3 to number 1 and so on and so forth, but I decided to put this one at the number 1 spot, which is Dior J'adore d'Eau. And this is also quite a new perfume, released last year, and it has only 3 notes. It has jasmine sambac, Chinese magnolia, which is one of my favorite notes, and French neroli. And this is the definition of a easy grab, fresh out of the shower type of scent. I cannot imagine anyone hating this perfume. This is my #1 perfume that I recommend to a lot of people. I mean, in real life, also online, but in real life. If someone asks me, a lot of the times they search for something very easy to wear, something subtle but still beautiful and elegant, something to wear for the office or day to day. And I always say, please try this one. This version right here does not contain alcohol, so it performs more like a lotion or something. I think you were able to see the droplets, but yeah, it's like very creamy. The consistency is quite creamy, so it's not as drying. I can wear it on my hair, and because it has no alcohol, a lot of people actually ask me, like, do you have anything that's not as irritating? And this one I can recommend, and I always recommend, and a lot of people in my life bought it because of me recommending it. The original J'adore is beautiful, however, to me it is a little bit too serious, too sophisticated, too elegant. Like, there is something missing for me so that I can wear it. And this one is just the perfection to me. It's so uplifting, it's floral, it's fresh, it's creamy, it has this very beautiful creaminess to it. It is slightly sweet, powdery. It smells really realistic of magnolia, jasmine, and neroli. Like, it's a very realistic smelling perfume, and it has this elegant vibe to it, which is why I prefer it to Coach Dreams or Dylan Blue. They are all very similar, like the same family, but this one is just like more elevated and elegant, and something that I can wear every single day, and I always feel like put together and elegant, but it's still very easy. So I wear this one a lot. Doesn't matter which season it is, maybe not really in the midst of winter, but spring, summer, and also fall, I actually wear it a lot. I recommended it a lot, and that is why it is my #1 for now. Oh my god, this was so hard to decide on, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know which ones are your absolute favorite. Maybe you also have 20 or 10 or 5 favorite designer fragrances and you want to rank them, because I think ranking actually makes you really think about the perfume and how you feel about it and how much you wear it, and I like the thought process. So I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.